Hello. Welcome back to Let's Talk Ray Bradbury, the show here on Let's Talk Entertainment, where going back to 2018, I've been attempting to read and review each of the roughly 600 short stories written by the late, great Ray Bradbury. Today, we are up to our 253rd story, which is Unpillowed Talk. It is also the 14th story of 22 in his 2009 collection, We'll Always Have Paris. The way that these reviews work is I do a brief synopsis of what happens in the story, and then I try to just wrap it up with a very brief analysis of what it all means to me, what I took away from it. Is it a good story? Is it worth your time to read? I mainly do these videos for my own entertainment, but I hope on occasion that I can say something that helps you along your Bradbury journey. All right, so for that synopsis, a man and a woman who have been just friends for the past year, get off of the top of each other, they roll back, they look up towards the ceiling, they've just made love for the first time, and they instantly regret it, as people do. They're looking for a way back almost immediately, fearing that they've ruined everything in their relationship by making love. So they come upon the idea of unpillowed talk. They want to examine the last year and sort of see where they went wrong. Before this night of making love, they had played tennis, but they'd played on the same team against a different couple. And then after that, they'd had champagne over candlelight and dinner instead of beer and wings or whatever they had done previously. So things got a little bit romantic from the get-go that day. But looking back even further, they realized that they'd met in a library over Jane Austen and Edgar Allan Poe, and they'd gotten talking, they'd found each other interested, and they began going on day adventures, driving up and down the coast, seeing the sights, having experiences, but always ending their day together before sundown or before bedtime, never spending the night together, never going anywhere overnight. Having concluded that this combination of doubles tennis, where they played against another couple, the champagne, the candlelight, the late night, all of this they determined had led them astray, and understanding that, they hope that they can get back to a point where they're just friends and they didn't ruin the year of camaraderie that they'd had together. As they come to this conclusion, she says, "One more thing, can I hold your hand?" Because she's afraid that if she doesn't, that the bed may start to spin, sort of figuratively, and he'll be thrown off and she'll be left alone and the relationship would be over. So this is a wonderful little story. It's about two friends, probably destined to be lovers, probably no way of avoiding that now. But at the same time, they're resisting it because they love what they had. They love their friendship, despite the fact that I've found that the best relationships are usually built on friendship first. I love how Bradbury uses this opportunity to tell us a love story in reverse. Typically, a lot of stories end with the lovemaking. This actually begins with the lovemaking and then sort of progresses down a path of regret to sort of come to the conclusion, perhaps, that maybe this is where they were always destined to be anyway. So I really like that, this idea that that you can tell a love story and sort of resist the mushiness, in a way, the schlockiness, the sentimentality, by sort of making a love story that you resist, probably against your best sense. I think you know in your heart, the characters did, that they belong together, but even so, they're resisting it, fearing losing the friendships that they had. I think that we can relate to this, most of us. I think we've all had good friends of the opposite sex. Sometimes it leads to a romantic relationship, sometimes it doesn't, but at the same time, sometimes those people, they go on to have romantic relations with other people, and that sort of cuts you out of the equation and sort of ruins your friendship anyway. So I think there's this idea that if you don't take your chance, you're probably going to end up losing this person anyway, just by the course of time. But yeah, sex ruins everything. I guess that's the moral of the story here, right? Good little tale, yeah. Worth the time to read. Take you 5-10 minutes, nothing more than that. But I think you'll quite enjoy it. Yesterday we did a story. It was a science fiction story, but I think that a lot of people sort of don't know that most of Ray Bradbury's output was very much grounded in reality, like this one. So, yeah. Thank you for tuning in. Next time we'll be looking at a story called Come Away With Me, which will be story 15 of 22. As we get close to wrapping up, We'll Always Have Paris. Thank you, and I'll see you again soon on the next episode of Let's Talk Ray Bradbury. Later.